past 4 days, I have gotten like 4 subscribers. And I want to tell you guys a little secret. I realize I have watched some of these fucking whores' videos on YouTube. And I see that they are so busy, like, acting ditzy and flaunting their fucking bodies and doing all that shit. I'm not here for that reason. I dress provocatively sometimes to make these videos, but that's not intentionally to be a fucking whore like some of these bitches that I'm seeing out there doing these videos. No. I'm here to talk about real shit. No, it be fake. For any guy that has ever wanted to, or ever has the intention of, ever will, ever has dated me, you know, I'm not a fucking bullshitter. I'm not going to get on here and pretend to be somebody that I'm not. I constantly go against the flow because I'm not a fake person. I'm very real. And I pride myself on being very real. I'm not going to be conceited or egotistical about that and say that you should watch my videos. I went from 125 subscribers to 129. Honey, there was a point in time where I was getting like 75 subscribers a day. People have probably like stopped subscribing because I haven't made videos or whatever in a long time, but I do need more subscribers. And the reason I say that, I know thousands of people watch my videos a day because I watch the numbers. Some people are watching it 2 and 3 times a day because I watch the numbers. But you need to subscribe. Simply to prove to the world that you don't have to be a fucking loose whore to get people to listen to you. So anyway, I made a video like a week ago and you could not hear one damn word on it at all. So, let's just see if this one will record. Okay, so apparently my computer has now decided that it's going to work. But, I'm going to check that again, just to make absolutely sure, because I do not want to make another video where you can't hear a goddamn word that I say. It's kind of pointless to do that. Okay, so apparently it's going to work this time. I'm so pissed off about the fact that I made an entire 30-minute video the other day and not one fucking word recorded. Of course I looked really good in the video, in my opinion, but I had to delete the motherfucker because you couldn't hear anything. At any rate, I have good news, I have better news, I have bad news, and I have worse news. And I'm going to start with the good news. The good news is I have a new roommate. The even better news is I got rid of one of the motherfuckers who was giving me a hard time all the time. He went from being a decent tenant for 4 months to a fucking nightmare. A terror. At any rate, his ass is gone. The bad news is I'm on the search for employment again. And the even worse news is I'm on the search for employment with corporate America again because my aunt calls me the other day and tells me that I'm about to lose my house because it's 6 months behind in payments. Who fucking knew? I pay absolutely no attention to anything like that whatsoever. I am a natural brunette. I'm a businesswoman. I usually keep track of everything coming and going. But during the past 3 weeks, I have been so fucking stressed out that I am surprised that I'm still 6 feet above ground. That it's been that bad. I had, at one point in time, I had suicidal thoughts. I cannot afford my medicine. I just paid a $311 electric bill. This is due to the fact that that fucking convict, who was supposed to be one of my friends, moved some bitch up in here, and there were like 7 people in this house at one point in time. He was sleeping in the fucking middle of my goddamn living room floor with this bitch. And he tells me, you know, I'll give you $100. Yeah, I already mentioned that in a previous episode of mine. Did not fucking see it, still have not seen it, will not see it. Now the motherfucker has borrowed my drill, and I'll probably never see that again. I have texted and texted, trying to get my shit back, and he responds, I'll bring it back when I can. You know what? This motherfucker just goes to show you how goddamn selfish some men can be. I let him move into my fucking home. He takes complete goddamn advantage of that. Then, this is kind of motherfucker is, I'm telling you, he is one of those people who wants goddamn instant gratification. He wants shit right then. Right motherfucking then. But when it comes to somebody else's needs and wants, he does not fucking care. One goddamn single shemole. Not at all. He does not care. He reminds me so much of my ex. Yeah, I'm not going to mention any names. Because I still have a court case against this motherfucker, so I'm not going to mention any names and hang myself. But you know who you are. And the people on this YouTube know who you are. At any rate, so due to my most recent 3 weeks of very severe depression, which, by the way, it's seasonal depression, and they call that sad. How fucking convenient is that shit? Come on now. Seasonal affection disorder is what they call it. Where the fuck these people come up with this shit is just beyond me. It doesn't even make any kind of sense whatsoever. But that's what seasonal depression is now being called. I'm not lacking in affection. I'm fucking, or was, for three entire weeks, pissed off at the whole goddamn world. I didn't even want to get out of bed in the morning. And fortunately for me, this only happens when it starts to get cold outside. Which it's November 13th, 2013, today. And for the past week, it's been extremely cold where I live. Of course, that's nothing compared to the mountains where I'm from. I mean, come on, it gets down to like 25 degrees here at the most low. This is the most low temperature. Where I'm from, in the mountains, honey, it would be like negative 25 degrees. This is fucking child's play. I'm still wearing shorts and tank tops. And it's cold as shit outside. And, well, according to the people around here. Which, by the way, the people around here, that is another topic all by itself. Not only do they think I'm some kind of goddamn prostitute every time I walk up and down the street. It doesn't matter if I'm with a man or what. These people treat me like a fucking prostitute. You all know that. Big deal. Whatever. Done, said, over with. Lately, I walk up and down the street. For instance, yesterday, I was walking to the store, and there was a fucking beer bottle busted right in the goddamn middle of the sidewalk. The sidewalks around here is another point I need to make. You cannot even walk up the goddamn sidewalk around this fucking place anymore. There are so many leaves on the sidewalk, and these motherfuckers around here are too goddamn lazy to rake their leaves. So many fucking leaves on the sidewalk. It's like you're walking through a forest of nothing. Like every tree around here, every fucking leaves all over the goddamn sidewalk. Why even have a sidewalk at all? I mean, people ride their bicycle up and down the fucking sidewalk, trying to push you out of the goddamn way when you're jogging or walking or running or doing whatever you're supposed to be actually doing on the goddamn sidewalk. You do not ride a bicycle up the fucking sidewalk. You're not supposed to do that. The sidewalks are supposed to be clear of debris. What the fuck is wrong? These people around here, honey, I've seen these little kids around here walk down the fucking street, throw trash in my goddamn yard, which pisses me off. Because I like to keep an immaculately clean home and lawn. I don't want people feeling like, I don't want to look like I live in a goddamn trailer. This house is fucking expensive, man. And these little bastards around here, I'm telling you what, some of the kids around here I get along with. But these little motherfuckers will walk up the street, throw fucking candy bar, paper, straws. I have even seen them literally in the summertime take their shirt off and throw that shit down in somebody's goddamn yard. Like, clothes are not expensive enough. But here lately, there has been so much trash in the streets and on the sidewalk. Not to mention the fact I have to write a letter to the city of which I live in and let them know that the fucking trash men who come in and collect the garbage, honey, these motherfuckers are so lazy. They dumped my trash into the back of that big garbage truck the other day and missed the fucking truck. The trash did not even go into the truck. Like 80% of it ended up on the fucking road right in front of my goddamn house. And then you say, oh my god, me out there having to pick up fucking garbage. You know, I dispose of my solid waste properly. You would think that these incompetent motherfuckers would be able to angle a goddamn huge 200-pound trash can to the place that it needs to be to deposit that solid waste in an appropriate place. It's fucking ridiculous, I'm telling you. So I have to write a letter and appeal to the city and complain to the city so that I don't have to go out and pick up a goddamn lawn of trash every fucking Wednesday. I was infuriated when I saw these motherfuckers pull that crap. The least that they could have done would be to get out and pick the shit up. It's in a garbage bag. So, I don't understand it at all. Lazy motherfuckers all across the goddamn globe. Anyhow, some of the kids around here are really cool. You all know that. I've mentioned that before. And I'm going to roll a cigarette while we're talking. Honestly, I hadn't been on here in a while, other than last week when I tried to make a video and it fucked up real good on me. At any rate, some of the kids around here, my nephew has been coming over here and playing, and they throw a football back and forth across the street. There are these cars, as if the trash around here that people are throwing in my fucking yard and every goddamn where else in the road around here is not bad enough. These motherfuckers will fly up through here. I live on less than a quarter of a mile stretch of road, and I'm taking it may be a tenth of a mile long. But somehow or another, these people hit fucking Batman speed going down this road. They go from 0 to 80 in like 2 seconds. So anyhow, these children around here, this is another thing that I'm going to have to write the city about. They're playing in the road, throwing a football back and forth across the road, because this is a residential goddamn neighborhood. I mean, who would not do that? These cars are flying up and down through here that fast. I am going to write the city about putting up speed bumps and speed limit signs and children at play signs, because I told the boys in this neighborhood that I'm actually fond of and friends with, these are like kids, like from 6 to 13 years old. One of these days, one of these motherfuckers is going to run over one of the kids in the neighborhood. And I done told the boys, I said, I'm going to tell you this right now. If somebody comes down through here and runs over one of you guys, I'm going straight to goddamn jail. Because I will pull them out of their fucking car and beat the goddamn life out of them right in the middle of the fucking street. And I am very serious when I say that. There is absolutely no reason for these crack smoking, weed, marijuana smoking motherfuckers to be flying up and goddamn down through here, blaring fucking music. And I mean blaring. Sometimes I can sit in this bedroom and it's almost like I'm listening to the fucking radio in my room. That is how loud they are. I live in a goddamn hood, I'm telling you. And it is not pleasant at all. But I'm not getting rid of my house unless it is taken from me. I have done far too much goddamn work in this house to just let it slide through my fingers. It's not going to happen. I can, however, tell you that these motherfucking neighbors that wanted to cause all kinds of goddamn trouble, and they want to talk on Sundays and every third Thursday at the top of their fucking lungs. Honey, guess who called the popo on these motherfuckers? Finally. I told y'all I was not going to put up with it. And I'm not putting up with it. I can get no goddamn peace in this house with these motherfuckers at the top of their lungs. No, honey. I called the motherfucking popo on them. And I will continue to do so. But I can tell you that since I have called the police on them, they have been a hell of a lot more nice to me. Because they probably didn't even know that I did it, but I'm assuming that they have some suspicion that I did. They've been a hell of a lot more nice, and they have shut the fuck up. Which is exactly why I did it. I want them to talk in their inside voice and not be screaming at the top of their goddamn lungs. Honey, these motherfuckers standing right beside each other on the street at the top of their motherfucking lungs. There is absolutely, if you are that goddamn deaf, you need a hearing aid. You should not be standing in each other's face trying to hold a conversation and be at the top of your goddamn lungs. The whole fucking neighborhood does not want to know your business. So in order to cure my recent seasonal depression, since I can't afford my fucking medicine, I went out and bought this herb known as St. John's wort. It actually has been pretty effective. I feel a lot better now. Tremendously better. I practically quit drinking. I quit smoking for 3 days. Like I said, I'm in search for work. I have a new roommate. There was some tension in my house last week before this fucking idiot moved and I got a new roommate. It was so goddamn thick that you could probably not have cut it with a chef's knife. And I knew, something's not right, something's going on. Well, it turns out that the guy who moved his daughter in here, who was a tenant of mine, moves his daughter in. And they were planning on moving out of my house and moving in with that psychotic fucking cunt that I used to live or rent from, who only lives a block up the goddamn street. And y'all know who I'm talking about. This bitch not only steals 2 of my fucking ex-boyfriends, who, one of them, by the way, came over here and hung out the other day, which I was not at all pleased about. He just shows up on my fucking front door. No. This bitch is trying to fucking steal away my business. This goddamn means war. And she knows it. If she's that fucking stupid. At any rate, I was talking to this guy and his daughter, and I was like, that is the biggest fucking mistake you could ever possibly make. First of all, this dude ain't never gonna pay the goddamn bills that y'all, the roommate that was moving out, or has moved out. These other ones were trying to move in with him. He's wanting them to pay the fucking deposit on the electric bill, and then let them put the electric bill in his name. I said, that in itself ought to tell you something is not goddamn right about this situation. Then he's wanting them to pay half of the fucking rent. Honey, this place ain't I used to live in. No, that is the root of goddamn evil. I had literally thought at one point in time about going out in front of this bitch's house and painting on the fucking road with an arrow pointed directly at her house. This house is fucking evil. Every fucking cop around here knows how goddamn evil this bitch is. She has police reports that are a goddamn mile long. And I'm not being facetious or sarcastic in any way, shape, or form. You can go, because it's public record, to the police station right now, and there is a 3-page, 1-line, I'm talking single-spaced, 3 pages of that shit, of how many goddamn times in the past 3 years this bitch has had the police out at her house. For just flippant shit. The goddamn cops don't even want to deal with her. At all. Seriously. She is that fucking ignorant. Anyhow, and the bitch is trying to steal my tenants away from me. Well, she can have that motherfucker that left. Because I can already go and damn tell you, She does not like black people, and he is black. That's all she does. She uses the N-word constantly. He will not last long there at all. Trust me. I have known this bitch for 4 years. She is corrupt. She's fucking pure goddamn evil. She's a fucking whore. And I mean a whore. Which, speaking of whores, I have been talking to my guy friends, and I may have mentioned this before, but these motherfuckers are telling me that they get on like Meet Me or MySpace or what the hell ever, you know, whatever site, and there are bitches out there with all these fake profiles, or these little girls that want to send fucking naked pictures and shit like that. I know I've mentioned this before. I told my ex one time when he was sending pictures of his fucking cock to random bitches, no. Any girl, and y'all better listen up for you guys out there, and you girls that are halfway decent like me, anybody that's going to send you some shit like that ain't worth fucking having around. They're looking for one goddamn thing and one thing only. There is absolutely no reason that you should be sending pictures of your fucking dick to somebody. That not only is that disrespectful, it may not be disrespectful to the fucking whore you're sending the shit to, because that's exactly what the fuck she is. That's disrespecting yourself. Honey, if you want to see my tits, you're going to see the damn things in person. It's that simple. That's why I have a select few friends. These fucking whores and shit out here, and I'm not just talking about women. Men are fucking whores these days too. And I'm telling you what, on that same note, women are taking over this world. I have never in my whole goddamn existence of 36 years seen men who are such fucking pussies. And I mean pussies. You could slap them. If I believed in violence, you could slap these motherfuckers around and they would not even hit you back. That is not, hell no. But they want to sit out here and proclaim that the goddamn world revolves around men, and these motherfuckers are still getting better jobs than us and shit like that. Ignorant as hell. No. No, but I can tell you one thing right now, Beyonce ain't kidding when she says, who run the world, girls? She ain't fucking around. I know one thing for right now, real quick. Y'all know good and damn well, if a man puts his motherfucking hands on me, I'm putting my hands back on him. Honey, my own mama don't hit me. She hit me once. Once in my entire goddamn life, and I hit the bitch back. When I was a teenager, she never laid a hand on me again. I do not pick up. I come from an abusive home with my father and all that shit. I'm not gonna fucking put up with somebody putting their goddamn hands on me. I'll break your fucking arm in 3 places just to prove a fucking point. And everybody out there knows that. So anyhow, speaking of my sister and my family, during this 3 weeks of depression I was having, my sister decides, we're in the vehicle one day and had drunk way too much wine. And this was like 2 weeks ago. She decided she wants to go visit my father, who, by the way, through the 36 years since he left when I was 4 years old, I have tried off and on to have a relationship, like a friendship, father-daughter relationship with again, and every time it's failed because he's a selfish fucking asshole. Well, we got into his house like 2 weeks ago, drunk on goddamn wine. Worst fucking scenario humanly possible. I got so fucking mad about just flippant, frivolous shit, because there's a deep seed inside of me that I just, as much as I want to have a relationship with this man because I forgive him and shit like that, it's almost like just the sight of him fucking makes my stomach churn. So anyhow, we're hanging out and he says something and I flipped the goddamn script. Honey, I got so fucking mad. My sister literally had to shove me down on the ground to get what she thought would be control of my behavior. And I'm not going to hit my sister. She's my best friend. Bitch shoved me down on the ground To this day, she thinks that shit's funny. And here it is 2 weeks later. Anyhow, she shoves me down on the ground. I walk off. Now, mind you, my father lives like 5 miles from me. I said, fuck this, I'm walking home. I do not goddamn want to be a participant in this situation, and I'm not going to be. I start walking home. Call my boyfriend at the time, who, since then, I broke up with his ass that very goddamn day. I call my boyfriend, and I'm like, baby, this is after I'd walked 2/10 of a mile up the road, because my father lives down a road that's like 2/10 of a mile long. I was sitting in the fucking grass just bawling at the top of his road. And this woman comes walking out of her house and it's like, are you okay? And I was like, yeah, I'm perfectly fine. I don't want to goddamn be bothered. You hear this? Fucking noise violations, noise pollution. Can y'all hear that shit? No goddamn peace around here whatsoever. Ever. Anyway, I'm sitting at the top of the road. I call my boyfriend. Every connection that I know to come fucking get me. I was furious with my sister too, but I don't even know why. She didn't even do anything wrong. I was just in that depressive mood. You know how it is. I'm sure some of you know how it is. I called my boyfriend at the time, who I was with, mind you, for 3 months. And he's like, I'm not coming to get you. I said, well, fuck you, you selfish bastard. It's goddamn over. You know, I mean, if you cannot be there, I want a man who's there when I need him. It does not matter if I'm fucked up on alcohol or if I'm emotional. I want a goddamn shoulder to lean on. And if you're not going to do that, you can take a fucking hike. Because I can goddamn tell you that if I drove, which I stopped driving years ago after my vehicle accident, I'm petrified of a car. I'll drive a scooter or a motorcycle or whatever all day long. But a fucking car, you can forget it. I'm not doing it. I will take a taxi cab first. But my point was, if I'm going to call you and need you, you had better goddamn be there if you want to be with me. I don't give two shits if you're playing fucking Nintendo or whatever the shit is these days. That's what he was doing. He was in the middle of a game. Well, I'm not playing your motherfucking games no goddamn more. It's over. I had to call my aunt, the attorney. Excuse me. These damn strong ass rolled menthol cigarettes. I'm gonna have to quit smoking permanently. Shit's strong. My aunt immediately in her fucking nightgown. Mind you, she's 69 years old. In her goddamn nightgown, comes and sweeps me up immediately. Did not waste a fucking second. That is integrity. That is the kind of family that I want to be around. I'm telling you what, y'all know, I don't know if you, whatever. I am the fucking black sheep of my family, and I am like that intentionally. I do not mind being the black sheep. I do not give two shits whether or not these people fucking care about me or are in my life, whatever. As long as I have my nephew, my sister, myself, that's it. That's all I care about. The other motherfuckers in my family, honey, they are so goddamn two-faced and selfish and just pure fucking evil. I mean, I don't even want to associate with that shit. I try to move closer to the light, to God, to positive energy. I do not have fucking patience for negative energy. That's why it's shocking to me that, 3 weeks, a month out of the fucking year, I'm just like pure goddamn evil and psycho. Thank God that's over with. It lasted 3 weeks this year. Hopefully that will completely subside as I get older. Who knows though. Anyway, speaking of my sister and my nephew, we've been writing music. We're making a video, or not a video, a music CD for my mother for Christmas. And we started on it yesterday. What we're doing is, and we haven't completely put it all together yet, but we wrote 4 songs last night, and they're going to be at the beginning of this video. because my nephew insists that people should be able to hear our music. First, it starts out with Heaven. He named the song Walking into Heaven. So then, playing off of that idea, we got the idea that we would do the 4 archangels, which of course now there are 5, but primarily there's always going to be 4. You can count or not count Lucifer, who's the devil, whatever. But we're adding him in there too. We have succeeded in 2 of those archangels. My sister has chosen Gabriel, so she's going to write, or she has written the music for what you would think Gabriel, like a theme for Gabriel would be. My nephew did Ariel. We're going to do Lucifer and Raphael together, as the 3 of us, not their music together. And I have Michael. You know, he's like second oldest to Lucifer. He's taken over Lucifer's place in heaven. But at any rate, it's really kind of fun, and I'm sure you'll love the music. I will put the 3 songs on. You can listen to them. They are copywritten already. I've already done that. So do not try to steal our fucking music, because I will become a psychotic bitch. And yeah, it's not going to be pretty if you try to steal our music. But they are really good. And we're talking about an 8-year-old nephew of mine who wrote a song. Okay? You better not steal his shit. Because I told him I didn't want to put it on here because I know how fucking crazy people are. And people are still going to be selfish, and I don't want the shit being stolen. So, don't fuck with my music. And that's a promise. I will come after you guys. At any rate, the music's copywritten, so if you try to steal it anyhow, you're going to be fucking screwed. I'll sue the hell out of you. So anyway, after this little episode at my father's house, he's like, should I go get your sister? He was asking my sister, should I go get Jessica? My sister was like, no, it's not going to solve anything. She needs time to think. And my sister knows me like the back of her motherfucking hand. She was right. It was a good thing that my aunt came to get me, because I was all to hell. I was fucking just so depressed. I don't know. I don't even know what else to tell y'all. I have so much to say, but like the job market, I'm trying to find a job, and I'm not talking about a career, because I'm still in school for paralegal shit and attorney shit, and I've decided to add crime scene investigation in on top of all that. So, and they want you to take algebra. Who the fuck? What? I despise math. And that's obvious, because I'm like a month away from losing my fucking house if I don't catch up on my house payment. So it's obvious I do not fucking like math. I need a guy that's good at math. No, I do not want to fucking take algebra to go out and investigate a dead fucking body. It's unnecessary. It's absolutely unnecessary. To be a paralegal, there's absolutely no reason why you should have to learn algebra. It's fucking ridiculous. I think they just throw random courses in there for no reason. That's like saying you've got to study religion to be a crime scene investigator. No, it's unnecessary. It has nothing to fucking do with the topic. At any rate, now that I'm feeling better here lately, I have decided, and as I get older, I like a guy that has hair. And not a wild ass hairy chest, but hair on his chest, that shit's sexy. There's something about that, When I was reading this medical journal one time, it was talking about how men have a lot of hair, have a lot of testosterone. I'm not necessarily interested in that, but like muscle and hair is very appealing to me suddenly. It has been for a year or so. Even though I keep ending up with these goddamn little kids when they're like under the age of 25. You know I can't fucking stand that shit. My ex-boyfriend was so goddamn immature. Honey, that's all he does is fucking play video games. You know, he works. He has no concept of how to spend money properly. He worked at Lowe's Grocery for a month. Did not know how much money he was making per hour. He just went in and punched in every day, did his job, and fucking left. Then he quits there because he gets a better job, making like $12 an hour. Which I'd have done the same thing. Constant improvement, yeah. Honey, found out the $12 per hour turned into 10, like $10.50 per hour. He didn't even fucking know how much goddamn money he was making per hour. But at any rate, while he was working at Lowe's and after he quit, he hadn't gotten a check the whole fucking time. You get paid every goddamn week there. He'd been there for a fucking month and not received one check. They sent him a check for like $80. I'm like, something's not right here. You need to be doing something about this. You're working 20 hours a week at this job and you only get $80 for a fucking month? Well, they're paying like a fucking $2 an hour? No. I'm telling you what, he is just fucking incompetent. And I can't deal with that shit. I mean, here and there I'll forget to pay a damn bill or something due to stress. But my God, you don't get a fucking paycheck at all. Something's not goddamn right. I'd be up somebody's asshole in a heartbeat. Where the fuck is my goddamn money? Honey, you don't fuck with a woman's money. Especially not mine. Security is one of the things that I will claw my way to get and keep. That's why I like older men. I'm getting into like 25 and over because they seem to be more responsible. My parents and grandparents always told me if a man does not have a vehicle, if he does not have a job, those are the two things you should be looking for. It does not matter if he's a fucking dog. If he's got those two things and is emotionally secure and stable, financially stable, all that shit, that's what you need to look for. Don't be fucking around with these goddamn little kids that don't have a car. They still living at home with their mama or their parents in general. Which, by the way, my ex still did. I get a call from his parents one night, and they were like, "We heard that you told him that we were controlling his life and not to listen to us and all this." I said, "I never said that. I said, what I told him was, do not let other fucking people control your goddamn life, because that's exactly what the hell somebody's going to do. You need to control your own life. Your own shit. Don't let somebody else fucking do it." He was talking at one point about moving in here. He got so fucking infuriated at his parents one night. He was like, "Baby, I'm just going to move in." I said, we need to discuss this. I have had too many goddamn people moving in and out of this fucking house. I'm not, There ain't even no fucking room in the closet, because at this point in time, that convict was still here, and that whole corner y'all see back there was full of goddamn boxes of his shit. And my whole closet was full of shit. No, you ain't moving up in here, honey. Not until we talk about it. That's the thing about me. You're not going to fucking tell me what to do. I do not like being told what to do by anyone. That's why I've not worked for corporate America in so long. I cannot fucking stand for somebody to tell me what to do. I am a leader. I am not a follower of any kind. In a relationship, I want teamwork. I want a man who can shake the shit out of me and be like, "Get a hold of yourself. Yeah, quit freaking out about shit." Because I actually need that sometimes. But for the most part, I have a level head. But I want somebody that can just take control when he needs to. It's that simple. And if these guys that I've been messing with, honey, they cannot do that. And I'm not going to continue to live like that. I want somebody that... And I'm seriously on the search for a man. In fact, my sister came over here yesterday and like all these sexy ass men had written me and blah 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 on whatever I'm not going to mention. That this one dude in particular was like, "Can I be your boyfriend?" Ugly as a motherfucker. Honestly, I just deleted his email. But all these other hot guys, see, that's the thing. If they're sexy, they're either fucking gay or mentally handicapped, which I can fucking deal with mentally handicapped. And I can deal with gay as long as we're just friends or whatever. No, I can deal with that. But these arrogant motherfuckers that are sexy, that think that their cock is like the best fucking thing on the globe. No, sir. I do not have the fucking patience for you. I do not have the time for you. Your head is shoved so far up your own goddamn asshole. And I do not feel like following at all. These are the kinds of guys all by themselves that will treat you like a fucking dog. And I'm not going to put up with that. They want a fucking trophy wife, a trophy girlfriend, and I do not care to be her. Because as you all know, I am very real, and I am not going to fuck around with no goddamn nincompoop. I don't know why I don't. And just to ease you guys' mind, this fucking microphone distorts my voice tremendously. I'm just going to go ahead and tell you. When my guy friends come over here, they're like, half the time that doesn't even sound like you. And I'm like, well, it's not my fault. It's the goddamn microphone. This computer is a piece of shit. Actually, I need to buy a new computer, and a new oven, and a new refrigerator. I mean, come on. Not to mention the fact, if this house does not cost enough already, the fucking chimney has started leaking through the goddamn wall. The fucking, my bedroom, if you can see the wall behind me back here. No, there is a hole somewhere in the fucking roof, and it runs down my goddamn wall every time it rains. That's another thing that I need. I need a good old motherfucking country boy that wants to live on a farm or has lived on a farm, because these are the most responsible handymen ever. These motherfuckers out here whose parents bought them every kind of goddamn thing coming and going, no. I do not want to be with you selfish little fucking punks. Anyhow, I want a good old country boy that if we go to a bar and some motherfucker hits on me, and they will, you can rest assured of that shit. I can't even walk up the fucking street with a man without... This guy yesterday was like... I was walking up the street with my roommate, and this guy did not even fucking care. Standing there talking to his homeboys, if that's what you want to call them, was like, yo, girl, what's up with you? I just fucking walked off. I cannot... Goddamn disrespectful, ignorant motherfuckers. No. I actually read online, and this is funny, because I know I have the mouth of a damn sailor, which is in my DNA, because practically like 80% of the men in my family were sailors. Like 10% were Marines and 5% were Army. I don't know why nobody was ever in the Air Force. That, at any rate, 95% of my family have been in the services. My sister tells me something yesterday about, of course, Veterans Day has just passed, and she went out to eat with my mother at a restaurant, and of course her meal was free because she was a veteran. That was the deal that they were offering. She says that she was treated horrendously. And by that I mean, their server barely showed up at their fucking table. Blah, 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 blah. My mother's steak wasn't cooked enough, so she kept trying to get it fixed. The manager of the restaurant approaches the table and is like, we can make another one for you. And my mother was like, no, we have a place to go. The fucking bitch of a manager did not even goddamn comp the meal or anything. But yet, there were two little knucklehead motherfuckers sitting beside or behind, in the benches behind my mother and sister, at a table. And the way my sister explains it is these people that were working for this restaurant, I'll go ahead and tell you the name of it. I don't even fucking care. Because for them to be doing goddamn bad business like this to veterans, these people have defended our fucking country. Okay? We wouldn't even have this goddamn country if it was not for them. Texas Roadhouse is the name of the restaurant. It is on Lenoir Boulevard in Hickory, North Carolina. They have no couth about them whatsoever, apparently. And I want every goddamn body on the fucking globe to know that they would disrespect an elder and Army, Navy, Marines. My sister was not the only person that they did this to. There were 3 people seated around her that were in different wars, one of which was an older man, who even wore his tags and all his army clothing and all this. The fucking restaurant did not even associate with these people whatsoever. They were too busy talking to these 2 little fucking knucklehead goddamn nobodies whose mama probably buys them every fucking thing that they want. No. I told my sister, I said, you better be glad I wasn't there. Because I would have torn that fucking place up like a goddamn tornado. And they know I would. That's the fucking problem. I am not above showing my ass. I am more than happy to show my fucking ass when I'm being disrespected. And that was complete disrespect to every veteran that came through that place. I'm not having it. I want the whole goddamn world to know that I would not fucking give that place my business. I'm tempted to walk up there right now and call them, or drive up there and call them, whatever, and approach these fucking people. That is complete. I don't know. Personally, what goes through my mind when some shit like that happens is, if I knew what car you drove, and you treated me like that, honey, you would not have no fucking windshield. You would not have any goddamn headlights. All 4 of your motherfucking tires would either be gone or flattened. No, I wouldn't put up with it. I'd have had one of them bitches down on the damn ground by her motherfucking hair, beating her face in. That's just me, though. I do not believe in disrespecting others. Especially not people who deserve more respect than that. Now, I can honestly say I'll disrespect a motherfucker in a heartbeat that does not deserve respect. That's neither here nor there. And it's a given. But you just do not act that way. Not to mention the fact, one of my girlfriends works for this fucking Texas Roadhouse place. I don't even know how I'm hoping to God she wasn't there that day. Because I'm about to write her on Facebook and ask if she was there that day. My eyes itching, sorry. Just to see what the fuck it was really going on. Because I do believe in getting both sides of the story. But from the horror story that I heard, no. Speaking of which, I can see how my mother and my sister went out to eat for Veterans Day, but do you realize I wasn't even fucking invited? At all. Nope. Told you. Black sheep. Because my sister knows my mother doesn't want to have anything to do with me half the time. Honey, my mother is, oh good lord, if I don't have enough fucking problems with my father. My mother, she's a Libra, first of all. I'm gonna tell you what, this bitch, sometimes I just think of her as a friend, or a friend that I don't care to associate with, because she never really raised me. I raised practically her and my sister, and my grandparents raised me, which would be my mother's parents. No, I don't even see her. I see her more like a sister that I do not get along with. I get along with my sister more so than I do my mother. No, I do not. I don't know. Sometimes I feel guilty because I think I should love my mother because she's my mother. And I hear that left and right, but I do not believe that shit. She is such a fucking negative person. And I mean negative. She is one of them people that will complain about every fucking thing going wrong with their life, but will not do shit about it. Honey, if something's going on in my life, I'm gonna fucking do something about it. She is trying to live vicariously through me. She's so fucking jealous of me because shit works out for me all the goddamn time. And it works out for me because I do something about it. I didn't just sit on my ass and whine and complain and bring out all kinds of negativity and shit like that. That does not get anybody anywhere. Action gets you somewhere. Whining and complaining doesn't. If you're not going to fucking do something to fix your life or change it, that's your goddamn problem. I don't want to associate with you. At all. But no, my mother, I wasn't even invited to this meal. Which kind of hurt my feelings because my sister was there. But it's probably a good thing I didn't go because had I been put in that situation with these fucking incompetent, ignorant motherfuckers that want to disrespect people, no, it would not have been pretty. I would have gone straight back to fucking jail. It's that simple. Or gotten everybody's meal for free. Not just my sister's, because she's a veteran. No, everybody's meal would have been for free if I'd have been there. And then we'd have had a damn comp meal for the next 3 times we come in there. Trust me, honey. I ran restaurants before. I have run them. Been the general manager or the district manager of that kind of shit. I know what the fuck to do to get what the hell I want for being treated like goddamn garbage. No, I'm infuriated just thinking about it, honestly. I got the worst allergies lately. Can you sense that shit? Lord have mercy. I don't even feel attractive. Not to mention the fact, let's go back a few steps and talk about how, Lord, I'm going to have to put a stop to this smoking shit. Sex. I don't know if it's like the seasonal thing or what. I want to cuddle up with somebody and be close, but intimacy beyond that, like sex, Honey, I told my sister the other day, I said, I don't even want to fucking look at a dick. If I saw a fucking dick, oh God almighty, I don't even want to fucking be around one. It's almost like too much of a goddamn chore or something to even want to have sex. Yeah, if we were cuddling or something like that and you got me in the mood, which I don't know how the fuck you're going to do that, but if you're capable of doing that and we're like dating or something, I would love it. Because sex used to be one of my favorite things, but here lately, I'm telling you what, I don't even want to see a dick. It's just, it's like too much work or something. I don't know. And trust me, I think I've like extended myself beyond the point of like normal women because I am highly active in the sheets, or used to be. I'm not one of these bitches that's just gonna lay there like my guy friends call it the dead fish. I'm not gonna fucking do that, honey. If we're having sex, we're gonna have motherfucking sex. You gonna chain my ass up, I'm gonna chain you up, or we're gonna have blindfolds, we're gonna dress up in costumes, we're gonna do it in 1,400 different positions. No, I'm not, I cannot do that. I cannot just fucking lay there. That shit is an insult to both me and you, and it's not gonna happen. But at any rate, this movie's probably an hour long by now, so I think I should cut shit short and like go ahead and like let you guys go for the day. So I will try to see you very soon, I promise, and let you know about the most recent events going on in my life.